Yeah, I was in Saskatchewan until the age of 16. So I started dance at 2 at youth ballet, and I stayed there up until I was, I want to say 14. The last few years I was in Regina. Well, when I was in high school, I also did the La Boldest dance team. I always knew that I wanted to dance, but I knew that I would have to leave eventually. So I left after grade 11 and went to Toronto. And that's where I got to like explore a lot more styles, and just was like thrown into the industry. And I remember getting the email and I was like, okay, I didn't have an agent at that time and I was in London and I hadn't booked anything in London yet. So I kind of was like getting a bit bummed out. It was just rejection, rejection. So I was like, okay. And then this finally came in and I was like, oh my God, this is the biggest job in London or in the world right now. So I was like, that's crazy. And I didn't have an agent. So I was like, okay, I need to get an agent to represent me on this job, which was incredible because that opportunity, obviously, if you send that opportunity to an agent, they want to represent you. So I just sent it to the biggest agency in London and they were like, yeah, we'll represent you. So then I got on their roster. Um, yeah, it was a bit surreal. I was like, oh. And it also just made me realize, let me not doubt myself so much. Let me go for these big, big dreams because they are possible. People do ask me about it. Um, Sometimes I refrain from saying anything because I know, especially if I'm like teaching kids, I'm like, if I tell them, they're gonna be screaming the whole class. Um, so yeah, it's crazy. It happened 2 years ago or over 2 years ago. So it just happened so long ago, which is so interesting. But yeah, I mean, it feels amazing. It just feels like I really wanted to work with Christopher Scott, the choreographer. And so it feels like now that I've done that and I want to work with him again, that now I can just kind of go for like bigger goals and bigger dreams, which feels really good.